Hello everyone, Aaron Spears here, young adult librarian over at the Westlake Porter Public Library. The library is proud to yet again be a community sponsor for the 45th Cleveland International Film Festival, this year called CIFF45, April 7th through 20th. We are sponsoring the film A Costume for Nicholas, which is an animated feature for the whole family, which we'll get into a little bit about that movie in a second. But since this year it is CIFF45, it's an all-online film festival, similar to what they had last year, but last year was such a quick pivot from in-person to online that the festival and the Film Society in general here in Cleveland has had time to develop a lot more of a robust program to recreate the in-person experience in an online format. So one of the ways that you can do that as a viewer, like I am at home watching the movies this year, we're going to go through a few tips and tricks to recreate that theatrical experience in the comfort and safety of your own homes. There's nothing like getting together with a crowd full of people and enjoying a story all at the same time. You can't really get that with a crowd this year, obviously, but you can do that within the comfort of your own home pretty easily. It's a little bit more effort than pushing play, although you're more than welcome to just hit play and enjoy the movie. I find it is a bit more rewarding, especially since I'd be watching with the three other folks here in my house with my family, to take the time to actually make it an event, make it feel a bit more special. So we're going to share a few tips and tricks that we've used here in our house to maybe heighten the experience a little bit for you watching stuff in the comfort of your own home this year. One of the first key components to recreating the theatrical experience in the comfort and safety of your own home is the snacks. It's the food. It's the eating. So you don't have to worry about crazy concession prices because it's your own kitchen. In our house, we focus on, I guess what we jokingly call the three P's. We focus on popcorn, we focus on pizza, and we focus on popcorn. There's a lot of popcorn eating going on in this house. As a former theater manager, popcorn is very key, and we have a very specific recipe around here. We do pop it on the stove or in the popper that we have with olive oil, the kernels, and butter salt. Butter salt's always the key to getting the flavor to taste just like it does at the movie theater. You can also use coconut oil. That's another little tip if you want to create kind of a richer flavor to the kernels. When it comes to pizza, it's do it yourself. We're making this at home here, so I like a tomato, onion, banana pepper pizza. The kids would prefer a cheese or a pepperoni. You got the time. Make it make it a family event. Make it something that you're actually cooking, doing, and preparing together. After you get through the snacks, one of the key things you can do to really, really help the theatrical experience come to your own living room, come to your basement, wherever you're watching it at, is lighting. Kill the lights. No lights. The only light is coming from the screen itself. It's undivided attention. It limits the amount of distractions you're going to end up having. It's really, really helpful. When my kids were younger, we would also assign one of them to be an usher if we were doing movie nights. So they were doing the reminders of turning off the lights. They were doing the reminders of put your phone away, put your phone away, put your phone away. This is undivided attention towards a story that you're all going to share together, free from distractions. Put away the laptops, put away the tablets, put away the phones, put them in a different room. If there's an emergency, you'll hear it ring. The last thing that you're never going to get at a theater that is key to comfort and enjoyment is pillows, blankets, comfort. If you want to haul up that beanbag from the basement, or your kid brings down their favorite blanket, or as the case of my kids, they bring down their favorite comforter, their three favorite blankets, their favorite body pillow, their favorite back pillow, and their favorite general pillow. And they'll just create a nest on the floor to curl up and relax. It sounds like I have two cats for kids. I don't. They're two kids, but they do like their pillows and their blankets. And you know what? If you're going to curl up and get comfortable, curl up and get comfortable. Do what you need to do to get comfortable. It's going to beat any theater seat you're going to find if you do it right. They tend to really pile it up on our couch and on our floor when we're getting comfortable for the movies. So you've got your environment all set up, you're ready to go. You've got your snacks all set up, you're ready to go. You've got distractions put away, you're ready to just settle in and experience a film with your family, with whoever it is that you're sharing the movie with this year. One of the ways I like to recreate that theatrical experience is to also then include some trailers. And there's a whole family films sidebar at the Cleveland International Film Festival, of which A Costume for Nicholas is part of. So I would say go ahead and maybe throw on a trailer or two for other films that are in that sidebar. Maybe whet the appetite of the folks you're watching it with to maybe get another, plan another movie night, plan another movie afternoon during the film festival, or for another family film that's included in there. I would recommend the family shorts programs. They usually do a couple of those because the young ones, especially the kids that are in my house, aren't necessarily generally exposed to short films all that often. And you can get a diversity of stories, filmmaking styles, narrative types, documentaries, fiction films from all over the world in the Family Shorts program. So I'd highly recommend those as well. If you're not into the short films, besides A Costume for Nicholas, we've got Daisy Quokka, World's Scariest Animal. We've got Dream Builders. We've got Sisters, The Summer We Found Our Superpowers. That's actually a live action one coming out of Norway. There's also Space Boy as an option. So maybe queue up a couple of those trailers to play before you jump into A Costume for Nicholas. When you do jump into Costume for Nicholas, you're going to be experiencing a really interesting animated story. You have Nicholas, who's a 10-year-old boy who's never had nightmares. Why? How? How has he never had nightmares? Well, every year on his birthday, his mother would make him a special costume, a special magical costume that would keep the nightmares at bay. So you've got a 10-year-old who's never experienced nightmares, who now unfortunately has lost his mom and has moved in with his grandparents and shares a room with his cousin who does experience nightmares. So you've got Nicholas, a 10-year-old boy with Down syndrome who has moved in with his cousin and is going to open up a world of imagination and adventure for he and his cousin to share as he helps his cousin deal with his nightmares. The film is very visual. It's got a lot of flights of fancy. It's got a lot of really poppin' colors, a really imaginative plot, and a life lesson that anyone can really appreciate that watches this film. In addition to just the film itself, though, part of being a community sponsor for the library here is we're also working with a local nonprofit, the Upside of Downs. So at our location, at their location, check our social media accounts because we are going to be doing some craft kits pickups for the kids that tie into the themes of this amazing family film, this amazing animated film. And also keep an eye out on our social media to look at some blogs, some crafts you can do at home with easily accessible household items, and some other movie recommendations throughout the Cleveland International Film Festival. So keep an eye on our social media accounts, the social media accounts for the Upside of Downs, and keep an eye out if you are interested in the craft kits. We're going to have them at 2 different locations, so come on in and grab one of those for yourself. And so utilizing all, some, maybe just 1 or 2 of those tips, recreate the theatrical experience in the comfort and safety of your own home with you, with your family, and enjoy A Costume for Nicholas. In order to do that, you're going to head on over to clevelandfilm.org, click on the film festival, and it'll give you an A to Z listing of all the films that are playing in the festival this year. Scroll down to Costume for Nicholas. You're going to want to rent that film and go through the usual checkout mechanisms that are built into the website there. However, you're going to want to enter the promo code PORTER, P-O-R-T-E-R, at checkout, and that'll take $1 off of your ticket purchase for Costume for Nicholas. It'll also work if you want to watch other films beyond Costume for Nicholas. Just keep putting in that Porter password, that Porter code, and it'll save you $1 on your ticket purchases. So with that said, happy viewing, and we hope to see you in at the library. We do have quite a collection of previous Cleveland International Film Festival films in the collection, both family films, foreign language films, documentaries, all kinds. So come on in and see us after you've enjoyed this year's Cleveland International Film Festival.